Fireproof your relationship. And do you know a better spot than Genoa Bay to do it? It's beautiful. So greetings from Duncan, BC. We're on the lovely East Coast. We're going to talk about fireproofing your relationship. We're going to talk about dating versus courting and why one of them is a disaster. Then we're going to talk about monkey branching, which women tend to do out of struggle. And we're going to talk about pride, which men tend to do out of struggle. And then we're going to pray quickly because we're not wussies. Ah! Right on. So let's talk about dating versus courting. So the object of dating is to get the kiss and assure yourself that you're the man or you're the delightful woman and you're wanted. You're important. But really, the best thing you can do is actually, old growth is slow growth and it don't snap easy. If you've ever cut an old growth tree together, if you've ever cut an old growth tree, the rings are together tight. But if you cut a new growth that's had no trees around it and it hasn't struggled hard, the rings are far apart and the tree snaps like Play-Doh. So we don't want you to fall apart. We want to fireproof your relationship. So for those of you who are getting started, we're going to talk about the difference between dating and courting. Those of you who are together, we're going to talk about ladies monkey branching and guys standing on the false precipice of pride. So let's be quick. The object of dating is to get the kiss, again, to reassure yourself, you're that man, you got this in control, you won the woman. And if you're the lady, you're like, you know, I'm so dazzling, I got won by this amazing guy. Well, that's foolish. The object of courting is to have your tribe of respected people in your circle to have a look at this fella. And if you're the guy, the object is to have your tribe look at this gal. Because you got blind spots. You do. Especially you. And especially me. Okay? We're all a little bit slow that way. So, dating's foolish. Okay? Stop the idea. Falling in love is fun. Let's throw our heart to anything that likes us. Okay, that's foolish. You're going to get hurt. Stop that. Slow growth. Okay? This is why God likes marriage contracts on paper. If you can't see that in the Bible, let me smack you and show you the verses where God values the paper. Because if it's put together slow and intentionally, it can't be pulled apart quick. Okay, enough about that. Let's talk with some humor about, let's do it the guys first. It's a fair way to do it because God's put a lot on them and he expects a lot from them, right, ladies? That's right. So let's go over here. You're going to watch me stand on this false precipice. It's called pride. Let me introduce you to my little buddy. It's called pride, the precipice of pride. Look at this. All right. You tell me if you're feeling comfortable. Get a look at that. Would you want to sign up for that if you were a woman? Your relationship's on the rocks, okay? Throw that garbage in the sea, okay? Throw that in the bush. Throw that over the bank. Forget pride. If you got stuff in a guy that looks like pride, just forget about it. There's a million guys with pride. Now, if you got a guy that is the first one to the cross, gentlemen, I hope you're listening. He's the first one to say sorry. He's the first one to own his garbage. He's the first one to ask you, how you doing really? He's the first one to practice the spirit of understanding. Understanding, again, is marrying wisdom with compassion. Head, heart, not dissociated. They're integrated, nothing stronger than that, okay? So if you want to look for a good guy, look for a guy that says sorry. If you don't say sorry, throw that garbage in the sea. And when it freaks out on you and doesn't say sorry, and it love bombs you for 2 weeks, and then blames everything on you after, and then like freaks out and runs away, just let that trash carry itself out to the dump. Okay? Pride is terrible. It can't learn. It has no foundation. Okay? It's got no recourse. The only thing it does is use anything possible to prop itself up, and when that thing looks weak, it leaves you. You have one bad week as a lady on the rag, and he's leaving you. Okay? Seriously. That's quick growth and it's failure growth. Let's talk about ladies and what they tend to do when they're struggling. Okay? When a guy struggles, he wants to look good. He wants to wax the truck. You know, he wants to make those pipes sound bigger. He wants everything to be shown that he's the man, he's in control, and he can handle things. That's pride. Okay? Interdependence and having a network of people is the win. Okay? The most powerful person in the room is a person that everybody can come back to at the end of the day and talk to. If you got a guy that's chill, he's not freaking out at traffic that cuts him off, you're with the guy that's self-regulated, and that's a win. Okay, let's talk about ladies. We're gonna come over here to this Tarzan swing. You ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Okay, so God has designed ladies to like a clean atmosphere and to be provided for. That means emotionally and physically. So emotionally, they want a safe environment, and that does include having a couple bucks saved. Okay, if you got a guy and he's telling you this, he's like, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me when I've got 60 bucks. Probably that's broke ass and not Boaz. Okay, so you want Bo, not broke ass. So a safe environment has to do with self-regulating to be safe. You know, when other people are high-strung, the guy just levels them out. He's got a way of just kind of poking at his buds, bringing them down, helping you see you're a little high-strung. When you're depressed, he brings you up, cheers you up. This is the kind of guy you want. But ladies like that, okay? They like a guy that can self-regulate first and then regulate the environment so that socially it's safe and physically it's safe, and that does involve finances. Doesn't mean he has to have a brand new truck every year. Hopefully he cleans the thing and he takes care of it. It doesn't have to be brand new. Old trucks can make you money. New trucks, $2,000 a month. Don't kid yourself. Okay, so I'm talking about monkey branching. Okay, because when a woman is struggling, this is what she does. Okay, so this first branch right here is a Tarzan branch. Oh, it's a Tarzan swing. You know what I'm saying? So this is what a woman does when she's struggling. Okay, when she sees that this swing here is running out of gas and it's feeling pretty thin, this is what a woman does, a fallen woman, okay? Not a woman that communicates great, okay? A woman that communicates great, if this thing's falling apart, she's just like, I need time with Jesus, I'm gonna be single for a month. That's what a wise woman does. A woman who's struggling and idolizes men, she will do this. She'll monkey branch. And that means this thing's feeling weak, or, you know, the truck's getting dirty and stinky. I don't like this guy. So she goes, she grabs the next branch and she tugs on it. And she's like, yeah, that looks pretty sturdy. Probably gonna work out. That looks sturdy. I'm gonna let go of this one. And she's in 2 relationships. You know, and then she's a little higher. You see, you notice my head's a little higher than it was before. Oh yeah. Bigger money, bigger truck, bigger experience. Woo! I'm gonna hypergamously be the queen of the world. I'm gonna be up in the atmosphere the next couple of swings. This is a woman who's struggling. Materialism. Idolizing her looks and what it can get her. Not prioritizing virtue and what it sustains. So then this one's looking a little bit weak. Uh-oh! We gotta upgrade! Check out this one. Ah, looks pretty good. It's holding itself. Oh, go to the next one. I'm still holding them both. You gotta normalize pep talks, okay? You have to normalize the brake pedal, okay? If you're driving an automatic car, it's pretty simple. You got gas and brakes, and not just the gas pedal, okay? When you're young and the world's so great and everything's possible, it's just gas, gas, gas.
Oh yeah, anything's possible. Got my eyes on the ends of the world. We're just gonna do everything. Could be astronauts.
But there's a brake pedal, okay? And older gals, they're 40 plus, they know this. And they don't want to lose their house, their relationship, and their finances, and their temperament. And so they just know the brake pedal's your buddy. So it's not all about this continuous ascent, okay? So if you're with a wise person, they know rainy days come. On every soul, a little rain must fall. If you don't know that sentence, you're pretty young. You got to learn some stuff. Just saying. Especially you. And especially me. So, the brakes represent a pep talk, okay? So, in your relationship, if you've never had a pep talk, you're a little bit of an idiot. And I love you, and I'm a little bit of an idiot. And hopefully you love me too. So, you got to have pep talks, okay? Especially you, especially me. You got to be able to put it on the line and say, you know what? Let's just take this Thursday, have some spaghetti, and let's just talk about where we're at. Okay, guys, you want to like fight, you know, you want to fight pride, guys? Do pep talks and ask her, how are we doing? Slow down and count to 4 if you can. You know, it's us truckers, you know, we got 3, 4 is a little tough. But if you can count to 4, count to 4. And let her respond. Okay? And throw that crap in the sea. Throw your pride away. If you're going to be the leader of a relationship, it comes with responsibility. If your definition of a man is the one with the biggest muscles and the highest truck, you have gone full folly, okay? But if your definition of a man is I'm going to be the first one of the cross, to depend on the wisdom of Christ and my brothers, you're set up for a long-term relationship, and nobody can rob that from you quickly. So you got to normalize pep talks and ask your woman, hey babe, how are we really doing? How do you feel about our finances? Count to 40. Seriously, you don't need to talk all the time. Don't be so insecure. Ask her, how do you feel about your living space, your apartment? How you doing? How do you feel about, you know, our wedding suite that we're gonna get? You know, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about my family? Do we carry this distance? How do you feel about your family? Do you feel like your mom's cutting in on us too much? Because I do. It's usually the case. I'll throw this in there for free. Seriously, there's so much divorce in our society. I'm just gonna give you a little cheat code to how this works. Okay? This isn't a diss against women. It's just get some wisdom. Okay? This is what it is. Okay? Women are always bonded to something. Men, not the case. Okay? Dude, we can live in a cardboard box in a ditch as long as we got a dirt bike or a Corvette. But a woman always bonds to someone. Okay? God never designed them as the islands that men are. Men are a rock, and they're meant to be that way for their family, to take responsibility. Again, if your definition of a man is to take responsibility for yourself and those around you, you're winning there, big guy. But you have to just know, you got to put aside pride for a second. You got to be able to take the time. Count to 40. How you doing about our family? How you doing about our finances? How do you feel about our living quarters? How do you feel about me? Have I been sharp lately? You know, do you like the way I dress? Do you like the way I talk? You know, those are the things. Those are the rebar of your concrete. Don't be an idiot and just build with concrete. I mean, wisen up. Go to the building site and have a look. There's something called rebar. Okay? And if you don't got that, the whole thing falls apart. You want to know why we can build 100-story towers? It's because of rebar. It's not because of concrete. It's because of rebar. And so the spine of those foundations is rebar. If you're not asking your gal pal or your wife how we're really doing and checking in, just count to 40, man. You're just not set to win. Because ladies, when they're struggling, they don't want to overcome this big, hairy, scary man. Like, if you don't know this, you're a lot. If you're a guy, you're a lot, okay? Kind of meant to be. And the oil falls off the beard, which is a quick way of saying that God, he brings his goodness to man, and God expects his goodness to flow off the man to the woman, okay? There's a special relationship there. God has a precedence, but it comes with responsibility. God's just not making you the king of the universe so that your wife can worship you. That's idolization. God is bringing you his virtue and given you that concrete mind so that you can think about how to protect your family with a safe environment, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So let's pray. Don't be a wuss. Don't cheap out. You know, unless the Lord builds a house, the laborers work in, starts with a V, they work in vain. Do you want to build a house that's going to fall apart? It's built on sand? No, don't be stupid. So build on the rock, and that rock is Christ. There's nobody wiser. You can't find greater wisdom than what's in the Bible. The book of Proverbs, if you've never read that, let me tell you, I'm not placing money on the long term of your relationship. If you've read the book of Proverbs and you're trying hard, especially if you're a guy, get this right. Proverbs 31:31. All you guys want to quote all the verses of Proverbs 31. Oh, she wakes up early, makes me coffee, feeds the kids and me. No. All you got to do as a man is memorize this. Proverbs 31:31. Give her the reward that her good works have earned. Praise her with your lips. Gentlemen, we got to bring the regulated environment of kindness and goodness and looking out, thinking long term. Use your big head and praise her with your lips. Praise her with your lips. That's going to tell her, he sees me for who I am. Everything's going to be okay. A woman wants to know she's safe. This is the biggest thing. Safety first. You've learned it on the work site. Wear your hard hat. Okay, in the relationship, wear your spiritual hat of kindness and goodness. This is what God's doing for you. He's not micromanaging your faults. You know what the gospel is? You're a maggot, and he forgave you and loves you lifelong. Get that in your drainage as a man, in your the heartwood of who you are. That inward, the centermost grain. Get that in you. Get God's goodness in you. Because she needs to know it's going to be safe. It's going to be okay. That's your job as a guy. To keep producing safety. It's your job. So let's pray. God, thank you that when we're in you, we're not working in vain. When we check in like King David and have a royal heart and we're like, God, go ahead. Search me and know me. Get tight and close to me and let me know if there's any way that's offensive to you, because I'm not a wuss. I want to grow. I want to lead this right. I want to keep this stable. I want to be in you. So that's, the strongest men are interdependent. They're not these island heroes, man. Island heroes are broke. Marry a Boaz, not a broke ass. So, you know, you want a man that's connected, his spirit to the Father. He's so good, they call him the Heavenly Father. And guys, if you don't know the Lord, man, just make it a research project. You're not a wuss. Use your brain, use your heart. You're going to be so stronger. You're going to cement your relationship with rebar. And it's a spiritual thing, man. God's going to give you, there's a verse in Isaiah, I'll leave with this. God has promised to guide you. He's made a little heart. You can look up the pineal gland. Go ahead. It's what's going to guide you. God will tell you, little to the left, little to the right. You'll hear a voice saying, correct course, little to the left. That's in Isaiah. It's a promise that God will guide you. He doesn't want your women to suffer and your kids to suffer. So if you're a guy listening to this, get to know the Lord. It's the biggest thing you can do. You know, Jesus wasn't a pussy. He stood up for what he believed in. And he died for it because he's not a wuss. So God bless you. And that's how to have a stronger relationship. Normalize your pep talks. Just, you can't be in the air all day as a plane. Land the plane, have the talk. God bless you.